life's been really kicking my ass, dude. Yeah, me too. But you know, I always get back up. Yeah, I've been trying to go to therapy and really just get my life together, you know. You know, some would say I'm... what? Some would say I'm... What would they say? What? You never give up, you're indestructible. Some would say I'm... Stop playing with my nigga Mark! So what he's insufferable sometimes? So what he has one of the most boring relationships ever seen on animated TV show television? Conquest is no more, nigga. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, y'all seen that new Invincible though? I hope y'all did, otherwise I just spoiled you. But yeah, welcome to a video. My name's Devontae or Doku D, call me whatever you want. Today we're gonna be chilling, talking about Invincible, talking my life, you know, the typical stuff. But yeah, that new episode of Invincible, fantastic. I don't know, I feel like Invincible been getting me through these past couple of weeks, to be honest with you. But yeah, last Invincible episode was fantastic. We ain't gonna talk about number 4 though. I ain't gonna lie, I like number 4, even though it was filler and weird, and it had weird like low music. I don't know if y'all niggas were getting that, but I was. Like, it was just a really weirdly edited piece of episode or whatever. But anywho, yeah, I decided to draw Mark from Invincible because, well, I was really doing it to study anatomy. I was referencing like a muscular chart, just kind of get like a, I don't know, I want to be able to stylize while understanding anatomy more. And I'm that type that I don't like looking at, like, I hate studying muscle groups and shit. I don't want to know about the hyperthraxis connecting to the hypothalamus. Like, I just don't care about that shit. So the only way I'm gonna get through this is if I learn through, you know, drawing shit that I like. And unfortunately, I didn't catch the sketch portion of this because I forgot to record like an idiot. No, I didn't forget to record. I thought I was recording. It turns out I was recording the wrong screen the whole time. So that sucked. But yeah, so anyway, talking about the Invincible episode. I was really excited to see what Nolan could possibly say to Debbie, because if you know, in the comics, Debbie gets back with Nolan. So I'm just, and I haven't really read the comics like that. This is just what I've heard. Call me a LARPer, it's fine, shit. I'm finna read the comics though. Low key, when this new season stops. Anywho, I'm finna read Steel Ball Run 2. We're gonna talk about that in a whole nother video, cause anywho, yeah, I was really interested to see what would happen, because I feel like Debbie in the show, according to what I've heard, is like she's a much more fleshed out and like important character. Which makes sense because she's the mother of the main character, so you know she like raised these niggas. So, but I don't know. I feel like it would have been a huge loss for the girls anyway, if Debbie got back with Nolan. I mean, that nigga called her a pet on live television. That's crazy. Embarrassed her in front of Earth. That shit crazy. Well, they don't know. Well, some of them don't know. But anywho, I don't know. And then he went off planet and cheated with Andressa, I believe her name was, the cockamaroach. But then this nigga gonna come to Debbie talking about some damn Andressa was a mistake. I never loved her. I loved you. You thought that was finna make her feel better, bro? That nigga chose the absolute worst dialogue option you could ever choose. Yeah, I know I went and made a kid with this bug lady, but don't worry, she never meant a thing to me. Only you matter. Like, it shows how he just be devaluing different life forms. And I think to a degree, he can't help it because of how long he's lived. He just doesn't understand like how that shit sounds bad. But to call her a mistake when Andressa, you know, you were her whole life, Oliver was her whole life. Like, she centered herself around protecting Oliver and, you know, being a good wife to you or whatever. And to say she doesn't matter is fucking insane. You know, it shows that he still has a bit of that Viltrumite conditioning, and some of that comes from just being, you know, going through Viltrumite education, but also just being someone who's lived so long. Years just are perceived differently to that nigga. But I know I'm talking shit on Nolan. He is my favorite character, by the way. And that's just because I like nuanced characters that have, you know, redemption arcs. I just find it to be, I don't know, interesting. That's why I love Kratos so much. Also, I love like a good like like a dad and son story. You know what I'm saying? I low key want to write one of those one day, but like the relationship between a son, a father and son. You know, a father that's trying to learn to be better by his son. So yeah, but anywho, back to what we're talking about. That nigga just chose the worst dialogue options possible. And I'm glad it didn't work out. I'm glad that Debbie's gonna stay with Paul, the ordinary man or whatever. Yeah. Then Nolan went and spoke with Art, and that nigga he shook that nigga to his core, bruh. And I don't blame him, bruh. That nigga was crushing niggas' heads like watermelons on live television. And he just gonna pull up behind you. That nigga said, I think any one of us would have done some shit like that. Being a Viltrumite, man, if I was a human in the here, I'd be so jealous of a Viltrumite, bro. Them niggas, man. Like, I don't know if y'all seen them AI videos of like niggas joking that Nolan was gonna come back and take his wife, and Paul was like, he can't even squabble with him. Like, shit is so true. Like, Viltrumites are just on some other shit. And, like, I don't know, Art he had to play it cool. I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was really just like calm with it, and then at the end they revealed he was like, oh shit, and I was like, damn. I don't know, something about that hit, because it just makes sense. Told that nigga he ain't a hero no more and everything. But yeah, as far as Nolan going back to Earth and reconvening with the two people that he used to, well, his buddy and his his wife, I thought it was written really well. Animation, of course, a lot of people complain about Invincible's animation, and I'm not really one of those that care too much about it. I'm more interested in the story. I will damn near watch a slideshow if the story is fantastic. But I just really don't have that big of an issue with the animation. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how to say this, because I'm new in animation myself. Well, I've been on and off about it for years, but I'm no professional at all. But I'm more concerned about anatomy and like things looking right than I'm concerned about them being super shaded in and flashy and like, from what I can tell, for the most part, anatomically things look fine most of the time. I don't know. I just care more about the story. Personally, that's me. But I can understand where people are coming from, where they want to see something that looks nice, and I think I'm at the point of the drawing now. I'm like doing the space shit. This was kind of hard for me. I really need to get better with rendering. I'm trying to like determine where the light is coming from and do shit like that and make more interesting backgrounds. This one fell a little short at the end. Don't love the way it came out, but we live and we learn. Next one's gonna be better. Anywho, back to the Invincible episode. I just be yapping over this shit. But we go onto the ship and we see Tech Jacket, and there's been a big like discourse about the gender swap for Tech Jacket. I already told you guys I don't look at the comic, so I tried to read the comic, but I didn't really get all the way through. Usually if there's an animated series out, I'm just gonna wait for that shit. Like I like I like hearing music and seeing shit move and whatnot, but I just don't care about the gender swap, and I don't see a problem with it. I think ultimately it doesn't change much. Though I don't know Tech Jacket in the comics, I can't imagine simply going from male to female or woman to man or man to woman is gonna change anything. It just doesn't. It shouldn't change anything really. But I guess aside from it just cosmetically, I guess, but that's really it. But anywho, also, well, no, we'll get to that. But anywho, they're on the ship and Oliver isn't fucking with his dad, respectably so. Nigga came to Earth and didn't even see him. Big bum alert. Talking about I'm trying to protect you from me. Protein tubes with the white sauce, like. My fault, but I don't know. He was being a little corny. I can understand though. I guess that he just didn't want to reawaken. I guess harsh feelings. I don't know. But anyway, there's that whole contempt between those two, and we see everybody chilling on the ship, relaxing and maxing out, and then the ship fucking explodes after Nolan's protein tubes. But Yeah, ship explodes. I ain't gonna lie. I low-key thought it was Nolan that did it for a second. Look, I told you I didn't read the comments. I thought Nolan was like, man, fuck this good shit, bro. I'm finna fuck this whole shit up. Like on some like rejected incel shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought for a second. But turns out it was the 3 big bodybuilder Viltrumite niggas. They had fucking Mario, Lucan, and goddamn Conquest. I think the whole interaction was really good, and I liked the way it was animated. Action was cool, but I don't know. Oliver low key, that nigga need to go back to Earth. And look, I'm an Oliver fan, but that nigga was in the way the entire time. I'm talking about the entire time. This nigga getting slapped and just almost pierced with that little Viltrumite piercing shit they do. Like several times. This nigga low-key a liability. I'm sorry, Oliver. But we get to see Mark versus Conquest again. And Nolan versus Conquest a little bit. I wonder between Nolan and Conquest who. I think I got Nolan. He just seems very confident. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I trust Nolan's confidence. You feel me? But we see Mark versus Conquest again. Let me tell you something. If I was Mark and I seen Conquest in space, I beat him, and whenever I go back to Earth, I'm killing Cecil the moment I drop. The moment I land, I'm pulling up on that nigga. I don't care what he doing. He on a date with Donald, I don't give a fuck. That nigga is getting demolished. Indubitably. Cause nigga, like, Cecil be trying to control every little fucking thing, and he be fucking up. But he got the nerve talking about, the planet is free from Viltrumites for the first time in 20 years, which isn't true, by the way. But, like, this nigga, he be causing problems too. Anywho, so Mark definitely got to beat his ass when he get back. But that shit, can you imagine how traumatizing that shit would be? I mean, Conquest just fucked up his girl and fucked him up real bad. Like, I know that shit was like a nightmare. But anyway, then we got the classic Air Jordan fucking Conquest scene where he almost, well, looks like he's gonna just slap Oliver to death. Like he's just gonna do a big fat ass meaty slap and just slap that nigga to death. Slap a nigga in half. When you seen that, a nigga get slapped in half. It's probably possible in Invincible. Who knows? Anywho, see Mark just choking him out. And this was really satisfying to me now. I can't remember the content creator, but he made a point on TikTok. He was talking about how in the comics, Mark was more vocal while choking this nigga out because he has such hate and contempt for this nigga. And like, I don't know how to explain it. Like Mark understands that Viltrumites or Conquest in particular they have like egos and like an enjoyment of this shit. And he was kind of like trying to shove that shit down his throat. Like, yeah, you feel that, nigga? Like it ain't going like how you thought it was gonna go. Cause you know, Viltrumites are so used to just conquering shit and just slapping niggas. But not this time, you feel me? That shit was like, anyway. Just choking the nigga out. And then y'all know what happens, blah, blah, blah. We get the fucking spaghetti scene. When I tell you I had to legitimately get up out my chair and like turn away a little bit, that shit was so disgusting. He pulling this nigga shit out like I don't even know. Like he just pulling his shit out like fucking, well, spaghetti. Like, yeah, that shit was really bad. But man, if that shit wasn't cool though, I don't know. It was just really satisfying. And I like Conquest, but that nigga had to go. He had to go. Nigga whispering shit in niggas' ears. I'm so lonely, Mark. It was only a matter of time before he tried to take butt. That's all I'm saying. Anywho. But yeah, overall, latest Invincible episode was cool. I'm trying to think of something to say about the earlier episodes. I feel like Mark didn't have to kill that second nigga, though I don't blame him for doing it. I feel like he didn't have to. Like, he could have flown towards Bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? He low-key wanted to take that nigga. You know, he low-key wanted to kill that nigga. Mark will look at me crazy for saying it. But anywho, we're nearing the end of the draw here. I'm working on the sun. I tried to stylize it. See, this is what I need to study a lot more things because things just don't end up the way that I hope a lot of the time. I don't know. I don't think it was horrible, but it's just not as good as I wanted it to be. But in terms of, you know, I started this to study anatomy a little bit, and I think I learned something. Obviously, Mark here is anatomically perfect, but ultimately I learned something from this drawing. But we're nearing the end here. Hope you niggas enjoyed this video. Just a chill video of us yapping, whatnot. This has been Mark or Invincible by me, Doku D. And see y'all niggas later. Become a member if you want. If you want to take that extra step, I would love the support. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all niggas later. Let the rest of the video play. Peace.